Yeah, just turned 17. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's get started. Welcome everyone to the work session for Bold School District number 2534 here on Thursday, November 9th at 7:00 p.m. So I call the meeting to order. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
So moved, Benson.
It's been moved by member Jacobs and seconded by member Benson to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing no discussion, we'll move to vote. All in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries to approve the agenda as printed. Okay. Next item is to recognize our visitors to the board meeting. So those of you joining online, thank you. And we have no one currently in the room as a visitor. So with that, we will move on to our new business, and that would be interviewing Matt Rom, who has applied for the open board seat. And I will go out to the hall and get him and bring him in. Go ahead and have a seat here. Camera's going to be over to your left and microphone will be straight ahead.
Good evening.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Ready?
All right.
All right, we'll start off with the first question. What or who inspired you to serve on the school board as an applicant?
Probably, honestly, Facebook. All the stuff from the last referendum and everything, and I've started following it, and I've been watching every meeting and everything for 4+ years now.
Okay. Can you tell us about your previous experience serving on boards or committees in the community?
In the community, no. In my jobs, I was security supervisor down at Jackpot for a while, and served on some committees down there, lots of training down there. Had 15 to 20 people under my command. I managed security for the entertainment down there while I was there. Other than that, just trucking stuff.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. Next one. What are two strengths of which our district can be proud? And then why do you see these as strengths?
Obvious one is sports. Our school district's always been good in sports. We excel in that. And the second thing I can say right now is Rob Vanderhagen. He has brought national attention to us statewide, and he's just doing fabulous things.
Question 4. What do you believe are the most important characteristics of an effective school board and of an effective school board member?
Ears, listening, listen to the community, bring forth what the community says and do what's best for everybody involved.
question 5. Why should you be selected over the other applicants for the appointed board seat?
I would say just the time and effort I put into being involved in the school in the last 4+ years. I have lived in this school district, but most of my 53 years. And I think I can bring a different perspective, a different set of ears to the board. I've had a lot of people reach out to me with questions and stuff, and I've emailed Mr. Metten to find out the answers. I don't know, I just think I have different people reaching out to me than the rest of the board has reaching out to you guys.
Okay. And I have one final question. It's not on here because this just came about today. We're have another existing member of the board who is going to be resigning. So the question for you is, if it goes to filling the current open seat we're interviewing for, or filling this one, which would be for a 1-year appointment up through the election, would you have a preference for which one you would want to be appointed to if you're selected?
I guess this one here.
This one here is for
Yep.
3 years.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. That is it for our questions.
Anybody
Okay.
else?
No,
All right.
thank you very much.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. Thank you
Nice
guys.
job, man.
You have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Thank you for coming in.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you taking time. Okay. We're gonna have a pause because the next candidate will be here for a little bit. So take some time to collect your thoughts and notes based on the match responses. And
So do we get to know who the next person that's gonna be resigning is? Do we have any idea? Oh,
It's me.
It'll
Yep,
be
I'm gonna
Tuesday.
be on, January through March. We're going to Florida and I will be here. You know, we're not moving or anything like that, but it's just gonna be hard to serve, you know, being gone for 3 months like that. So. Especially at, you know, a really exciting time. I was telling Todd today on the phone and kind of a little bit bummed, like it would be my last year on the board and obviously there's gonna be a lot of planning and exciting things going on, but.
I understand.
For a while.
Going to Florida, who wouldn't want to spend 3 months? in Florida?
Yeah, we're gonna actually work down there.
Yeah, you had said that
Yeah,
before. You
so-
working for friends or
We're
something?
working at a Margaritaville that's just opening, so,
Good for you.
thank you.
Good for you.
Excellent,
Enjoy.
thank you. It's
We
kinda
will miss
crazy.
you.
I was thinking about it today though,
Go.
how Sandy, you and I were on the chamber board for how many years
I
together?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
I've been on pretty much a lot of boards in Olivia.
yeah.
I was on the tourism board, the
Mhm.
chamber, there was another one. Oh, golly. There's like 3 boards I was on through the city itself when I was doing the chamber, when I was the president of the chamber for a while. And, oh,
Never got to be president of the chamber. I got to be in. I was on the chamber.
yeah.
Dana was-
Weren't you on there when I was on
Yeah, Dana was the president.
Yeah.
If she is, bring her.
Yeah,
No, I was in the chamber
Pretty
president.
quick.
Huh?
I was. Yeah, I was a president. Nancy was the, whatever you call her. She was the helper.
Secretary.
Secretary,
She did
yeah.
Oh,
That was many years ago.
it was a long time ago.
that Back when they had the council tabs.
Yeah.
She's not here yet, but I wouldn't expect because you had slotted a quite a bit later time, so.
Yeah.
And I believe it was I at the last meeting who said, 15 minutes? Are you sure?
I mean, do we want to just text her and say we're ready whenever you are, so she
Yeah,
can
she
just
could come.
in and
I don't know.
I can text her.
Okay. I had no idea we were gonna do it this way, so that makes, I can see why you would have said that before. This is working out really well. I
Yeah.
think this is, if they each have the same questions.
Right.
So none of them got to see the questions ahead of time.
Oh, that's
Oh.
even better yet. I
Yeah.
like that. You have to shoot from the hip.
So anybody hear how it went at the golf course last night or Tuesday night?
I think they had fun.
Did they? Was there a lot of people there?
Yeah, who was?
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody said there were like 15.
15 people?
So was it open just to?
To everybody or, yeah.
It wasn't a private party, but yeah, normally they would have done it at Max's, but they said that there was, they were closing at 10. They weren't sure how late they were gonna be there, so.
I gotta shut that up.
I was in bed by 9:30, so. 10:00 was just too late.
Actually, we were just going to bed, and I got a text from Joe. Which was last name Schiffer, the bus guy.
Yeah?
He texted me and said, I heard it passed. I was like, then I texted you right away.
Yeah, he didn't even text me.
He said he got the info from you.
Oh,
I
that's
said, where
right. He
did
was,
you,
he
I
was
said,
part
where
of the
did you
group.
hear that? Because I looked
That's
at
right.
the website and it wasn't
That's
on
why you can
there.
text you.
I sent it
He
to a big
said, he
group.
said my buddy Jim.
Oh, first I
Okay.
texted, did I text or email you guys?
Because
Email.
I emailed you guys
Crazy
and then,
squash.
then I started letting other people go.
Huh?
Well, I was giving some updates
Cook it
with,
like normal, upside down. Yeah. And scoop it out and throw it back.
when the precincts each came in.
And then when
First was
pull it
Brett
out,
Allen,
heat it up and it's done.
and Amy was sitting over here
Yeah.
and she opens up the thing under the ticket, prints out. And she's like, and then she puts her hand up and I'm like, so is that a happy look? Oh, thank goodness.
So you don't even
I'm
cook
glad
them.
that it passed,
Not
that it was substantial.
I am too.
Yeah, I am too.
Mhm.
I'm glad BLH passed, so that shows that they're not ready to combine. They're willing to put up for their own school. They want to have their own school. So everybody who was saying,
She said
we
she
gotta
just
combine,
said-
we gotta combine, they're not ready for it, so.
I
There
actually
you
called, I had called over there to the superintendent probably a week before that, and I said, what do you hear? And he's like, I don't hear anything. So we'd love to work with you guys in sports and academics and we got some other things we're gonna do.
I think classes and things will meld together just like Rhode Island and Olivia did before they became a conglomerate.
Yeah, I just was, all of the area superintendents were just at a meeting at the hospital. And when I say all, I mean like Renville, PLHS, and us. And so actually kind of far from all.
Yeah, not very many.
We talked about getting maybe a CRNA program going again and things like that. Because we used to do that with PLHS.
Yeah,
And
that was a fabulous program.
it was fantastic. And they said they even there was like a medical terminology class we gave college credit for, and a couple intro to pharmacy. And they said they've got a person working at the hospital right now who had gone through that. So that's cool. We also, as I get more information, I'll pass it on to you too. But we talked about the possibility of having a room where they can do on-site clinicking here at the school. And we all love that idea. They just, kids are, not just kids and adults, they make appointments and hopefully a lot of that can actually happen right here. And
Sounds like somebody's stomach.
no,
Could be mine.
Amy's ice maker.
Oh, I thought someone was
That's
really
my
sloppy or something.
That's my
I think,
memories.
I thought it was my stomach.
She,
I haven't eaten yet.
she brought that from home. So, she likes her ice.
I do.
Can't have a good stiff cocktail in the afternoon with those mice in there.
We are on a hot mic here situation.
I know.
Oh, we are.
What was the balloon yourself?
28,
Like 59 or something like that.
yes, 59, no, something like that,
It's like 27, 59, 28, 59.
yeah. I think it was 28. That sticks in my mind. Because that's also the number that voted in the last referendum. 28 is the number of people that voted yes in Bird Island.
Oh, really? You have a good memory.
Well, I looked all that stuff up and then I happened to just go, oh,
It was 26, 59, but then they had 2 absentee ballots that were yes, so that's only 28, 59.
oh, with the absentees.
Yeah,
it was
with
28,
absentee.
Did you hear back? Is she?
Yep, she's on her way.
Okay.
So what part of Florida are you gonna be in?
Fort Myers Beach,
Do they have alligators there?
not on the island.
Okay.
Maybe on the north end of the island.
Alright.
if that's too
That wasn't destroyed, was it? From the,
It was.
That's
So
all
this
you know?
Margaritaville was being built during the hurricane. They really didn't have hardly any damage.
Oh, nice.
So it's just finishing up. It's 250 hotel rooms, 5 restaurants, schools. But yeah, I mean, the island is still, I actually haven't been there since before the hurricane. Corey's been there a couple times, but yeah, there's just still rebuilding. I mean, it's gonna take a few years. Like, it's come back.
It's probably a dumb question. Is it a chain started by Jimmy Buffett?
Uh-huh,
Is it?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so who we worked for a long time ago, Ferguson Properties, they own like Green Mill, Rob's, they own a lot of different properties. They are building it.
Jimmy Buffett's one of the most successful, famous people business-wise,
Oh, really?
and having exceptional business sense.
I had no idea.
You know,
Used to work for them, for Torgerson Properties.
Oh, you did?
You used to
In the
what?
corporate
I worked
office?
for Torgerson Property in Fairmont.
Oh, in Fairmont, really? When was that?
In 1992 and 3.
Oh my God, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Torgies, right?
Yeah, that's when I started with Torby's.
Yeah, that's where I'm originally from, so.
Oh, really?
The
I was
Bud
thinking
worked out there
Go to
too.
Targies
Yeah.
in the
You do
evening,
miss
and
the
then in the
hotel.
morning, you go to the channel for a channel burger.
You said
Friday
you're
on
from
top.
Fairmont?
I am.
you must know Jeff Bezos.
I do know.
A great way to start it.
He was older than I am, but yeah,
Another name of that.
Oh.
A burger with a crunny
Yeah.
today on it.
yeah,
You just feel the arteries.
yeah, he wrestled. I'm pretty sure he's a wrestler.
Oh, yeah, he wrestled heavyweight for the University of
So
Minnesota.
my mom and dad, actually, they used to run the wrestling club down there, and they started it up when my brothers wrestled. And so, yeah, a lot of them down there. Yep.
He was an agronomy major at the U of M and a heavyweight wrestler for the University of Minnesota. He's the person that we know.
Oh. I didn't know if you're still talking about
It's a
Jimmy
small
Buffett.
world.
No, didn't sound like it.
No, it's not Jimmy Buffett.
Went from Jimmy Buffett being a good businessman to, and he was a heavyweight wrestler.
Yeah.
An agronomist.
I was still on the hamburger egg thing.
Oh,
We switched
It's
gears
worth
on
the
that.
trip. Another good place, if you ever get a chance to eat pancakes at the B&D Cafe in Albuquerque. They are by far the best pancakes I've ever had. And they're like the size of the plate. One will fill you up, but it's so good. Kind of, I'm more of a cheap pancake.
All the different ones you can go to.
I did throughout the day, so I took a lunch. And so I did, yeah. It's like, the Lee folks, they stayed up all day.
One
They were,
group.
one group did, they're finished and drove here and took it back.
Johnson and I went to
Before I helped you all those things set up.
June. Super happy. Anyway, we went to Franklin's party, which is just kind of a famous thing, smart, cheap spot.
Yeah, we've been calling in.
In Austin, yeah. We,
Although I was talking to.
we got in line at about 11:30.
It'll probably be Saturday.
It was, it felt like it was 110
Being
degrees.
Sunday.
It was definitely over 100.
Because if it's on Sunday, I'm more tired.
Waited in line for
On
11:30.
Saturday,
We finally got in and started
I'm
eating.
better. Monday. But I thought,
Yeah.
She called me and, I was loading
Got a
something in
crash
my
on it.
car and it started to pull up.
But she
I
doesn't
forgot my
like
keys,
those
and I went in and grabbed the form, brought the form out to her,
Kid or-
and she brought it back
Maybe
like,
she-
but yeah. I was like,
He's like, what if,
Good to know.
I was nice you thought of that though. I was nice of her to do all that writing, because it's not like an easy process, because like you have to fill out the form before you can give a ballot. So you have to fill out the form, bring that back, sign up for that, then you get the ballot, you have to have a witness, bring that back, it all has to match, and then the absentee board has to go through it as well, and it's a process. It's a few trips for your mom.
Yeah, it was.
That
was good exercise for
Then I have the afternoon, I can still do some.
Got your bandwagon Vikings hat on, she and still, yeah. Just because they pull out one win. Sleep with it on.
How are you?
Come on in and sit down, Jamie.
Hi.
Yeah, Burr is right.
I'm not ready for this.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we had scheduled times to allow enough between candidates, so that was why there was a pause for those online wondering. So Jamie, welcome and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be asking you a set of questions.
Okay.
And if you have any, we just look forward to your answers. So
All right.
thank you for
Sounds good.
coming tonight. So first question, what or who inspired you to apply to serve on the school board?
Well, as most of you know, I was on it before, just got off in January. Really excited for what the future was to come with the hoping of the passing of the referendum, which it did. And I figured I'm passionate about it, so I wanted to be part of that to see the beginning steps of going through.
Just gonna give us some little scratchy notes.
It's fine.
Our memories aren't what they used to be.
Your memory's not what it used to be. I know. What's your name again?
All right. Second question. Tell us about your previous experience serving on boards or committees in the community.
Previously, I have obviously was on the Bold School Board. I am part of our first responder board in Rhode Island. I am part of the Renville County Egg Society Fair Board. I serve as a vice president there. I am on church council. I was on church council. I haven't been on that for a while, but I do serve on boards there. Our WACA committee, I am the vice president and secretary of that. And just experiences that I do have a lot of experience with different boards.
Okay. Perfect. Item 3, or question 3, I should say. What are 2 strengths of which our district can be proud, and why do you see these as strengths?
Oh, our district has many reasons to be proud. Our students and staff are huge. If you ever get time, or if you have, which I'm sure all of you have, watched several of the YouTube videos that Joan Solom has done, or things that Mr. Benson has done, like the one that comes to mind, and I think you helped him with this, where you went out on St. Patrick's Day and put 4-leaf clovers all over the snow and had the kids going out there to find their Lucky Charms. The involvement with and how caring our staff is for our students, how they take them. There's several teachers that take kids under their wing and nobody knows about it. Nobody has a clue on the sporting events that they pay for, or their fees or their things that they need to partake in those sports, or the extra time that they'll come in to help kids with extra hygiene. The list could go on and on because we should be proud. We have some pretty awesome students and staff here.
Okay. Question 4. What do you believe are the most important characteristics of an effective school board and of an effective school board member?
I believe that open communication, being here for the right reasons, the students, the staff, making Bold whole, working unanimously and united, working together as a team to get that common goal, which is to be the best we can be for our students and our staff.
Okay. 5th question. Why should you be selected over the other applicants for the appointed board seat?
I feel like I should be selected because I've already been there. I've only been out of the loop for 11 months now, 10 and a half. With that being said, not only have I not been on the board, but I'm still very involved in watching the meetings, staying involved. Was on the All In for Bold committee, making phone calls, being part of that, pushing to get this referendum to where it needed to be to move forward and making Bold amazing, more amazing than it already is. So I have the experience. I know what it's like to be on the board, was on the facility committee, know all the background on that, have a working relationship with Nexus. So that's why I feel I should be chosen.
What committee was that you were on that called everybody? I didn't know we had one.
All In for Bold. We didn't have one. People in the community had one.
Oh,
So the vote yes signs that you saw, like All In for Bold signs, was part of that committee.
Okay, I have one final question.
Okay.
So I was informed today in writing that Tracy will be resigning her position effective December 31st of 2023. So this process is going to be filling 2 seats. Do you have a preference to fill the one that was the initial crux to do this, with 3 up to the point for the and then there'll be a vote for 2 years beyond that?
Mhm.
And, or do you want it would be a short term for like about 10 months, and then potentially run?
I guess either one would be fine with me. If you have someone that's like, if you have someone that wants to run long-term, fine. I mean, either one. I would love to be long-term, but I mean, the 10 months is fine as well.
Okay, thank you, Jamie.
Yes. I'm sorry to hear you're leaving. Thank you for all you've done.
Thank you.
You've done a lot.
Okay, that's all we have. We appreciate you taking the time to come in and meet with us, and
Awesome.
we'll be working towards making a decision in the near future.
All right.
After the interview.
Thank you.
Yes. Have a good night.
Thank you.
No problem. All of a sudden I was like, Tracy texted me and I'm going, oh, I was just walking out the door.
Were you?
Yeah. So I'm like, well, that works. But thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Yeah,
See ya later.
she's out of here before she was supposed to be here.
I know.
Okay, with that, we have no other new business, so we've completed both interviews. I suspect everyone will just take on their own time to reflect on the second one versus sitting here, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved by member Bowen and seconded by member Bucktel to adjourn. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? All right, hearing none, we'll proceed to vote on adjourning. All in favor to adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries to adjourn at 7:29 PM.
Awesome. Great job, you guys.